Which player are you in the game of life? Money makes the world go round, or does it just make us dizzy? Picture this. You're playing the game of life. Are you the player dodging bills like fireballs or the one swimming in golden coins like Scrooge McDuck? Today we're diving into the quirky, hilarious, and sometimes painfully real levels of wealth. Ready? Let's go. And remember, there's no manual for this game unless you count the 12 different How to Be Rich books you bought online that you never finished reading. Level 1, the bare bones battle. Our story starts with Alex, the ultimate survivor. Alex's life is like playing Tetris on speed mode, stacking up expenses and hoping nothing collapses. Breakfast, leftover bread, lunch, noodle soup with a side of hopes and dreams. Dinner? Well, maybe a can of beans if the budget stretches that far. And toilet paper? Let's just say we're living on the edge of a paper towel roll. But hey, Alex's spirit is unbreakable. Armed with the creative genius of MacGyver and an unhealthy obsession with coupon apps, Alex finds ways to make do. If anyone can turn a $10 bill into a three-course meal, it's Alex. Need a new pair of socks? Why not turn your old t-shirt into a sock puppet and call it art? But still, every payday feels like a mini celebration, as if Alex just won the lottery. Maybe next time, though, Alex will treat themselves to something more than a pack of gum, if the budget allows. Level 2. The Tightrope Walkers. Now meet Mia. Mia's life is like juggling flaming torches while riding a unicycle. She's got a job as a cashier, 2 kids in school, and a never-ending pile of laundry that somehow never gets smaller. Her motto? Budget like a boss, cry like a baby later. Mia's just trying to keep the wheels turning while also trying to figure out how to make the buy one, get one free deal actually work in her favor. She's a coupon ninja, a multitasking warrior, and if she could add sleeping to her list of superpowers, she'd be unstoppable. On weekends, Mia attempts to grocery shop without exceeding her carefully crafted budget. It's like a spy mission. She's ducking and weaving past aisle displays, avoiding the temptation of that fancy artisanal chocolate. Is it worth it, she wonders? No, it's not. But that doesn't stop her from sniffing it just for the fun of it. If she could negotiate with the cashier, she would. But alas, they don't accept barter. Yet. Between shuttling the kids to soccer practice, cooking 3 meals on the smallest budget known to humanity, and pretending she understands the latest TikTok trend, Mia's day ends with a sigh of relief, only to repeat the cycle tomorrow. Level 3. The Steady Climbers. Next we have Chris and Jamie, a dynamic duo tackling adulthood like it's an obstacle course, complete with leg cramps and existential dread. They've graduated from ramen noodles to takeout sushi on Fridays, living the dream. Their apartment may be tiny, but it's full of IKEA furniture, love, and a never-ending conversation about whether to start saving for a house or finally buy that espresso machine. You see, Chris and Jamie are on the verge of something monumental, adulting. They can't afford both, so they argue. The espresso machine wins. Because honestly, who could face the crushing realities of adulthood without a good cup of coffee in the morning? Their favorite pastime is debating whether to splurge on the big weekend getaway or invest in a subscription box for something. They don't even know what's in it, but the idea of a surprise feels luxurious. When they're not tackling bills, they're Googling how to save money on rent while living in an overpriced city. The internet offers no answers. They continue living the tiny apartment dream, which, oddly enough, involves a lot of laughs, terrible cooking experiments, and far too many plants. Level 4, Living the Dreamish. Enter Daniel. Ah, Daniel. He's made it to the comfortable middle class, and his life is all about being just fine, thank you very much. He's got a stable job, a minivan that doesn't break down every other week, and a lawn that he mows every Saturday with the precision of a tiny suburban army. Daniel's life is a mix of PTO requests, backyard barbecues, and paying for his kids' braces without crying too loudly in public. There's something deeply satisfying about having a few extra bucks to spend on things that aren't groceries. Like a pair of shoes. Yes, Daniel can afford shoes that aren't on sale for $5. It's a luxury. Daniel's biggest dilemma these days is whether to buy the new grill for the backyard or upgrade the Wi-Fi router that seems to be perpetually buffering during movie night. It's a tough choice, but at least Daniel's got options. He feels like a king in his little kingdom of grass and suburban bliss, even though he's not quite sure what to do with all the coupons that are stacking up. Level 5, the fancy hustle. Here comes Sophia, the corporate exec who makes juggling flaming swords look easy. She's got business meetings with names that sound like expensive perfumes and a closet full of outfits that make her feel like she's in a constant runway show. Sophia doesn't have time for basic things like sleeping or eating dinner at home. Her idea of a calm evening is reading a few chapters of her favorite book on her private jet. But it's not all champagne and private islands. The stress of her job is like living with a deadline constantly hanging over her head. Yet she's got it all together, or at least that's what her Instagram says. Sophia's apartment looks like the inside of a magazine. Her plants are all alive, and she knows how to make every meal look like an art project. The downside? Her social life is like a game of Monopoly, played by only her and her assistant, who somehow wins every time. Sophia can't remember the last time she had a day without a meeting. When she finally does, she's too tired to enjoy it, but she keeps pushing forward because why not? Success waits for no one, and neither does that fancy dinner reservation in Paris that she'll take in a heartbeat if the calendar allows it. Level 6, jet set and chill. Now we meet Liam, who somehow mastered the art of, I don't know how I got here, but I'm not asking any questions. Liam's world is filled with jet setting around the globe, sipping cocktails that cost more than Alex's monthly rent, and flashing a grin that says, I just booked a vacation, and I'm already planning my next one. His house is like a giant Pinterest board full of impossible-to-afford decor, and his car? Well, it might as well be a spaceship, because who even knows what's going on under the hood? When Liam talks about his latest investment, he says things like, I'm diversifying my portfolio, or I'm looking for more passive income streams, as if he understands the stock market. But really, Liam's secret is that he knows a guy who knows a guy, and they're all in on some venture that involves something to do with cryptocurrency, probably. He doesn't understand it, but he has a Lamborghini now. Isn't that the dream? Level 7, the 1% Wonderland. And finally, we meet Evelyn. Evelyn doesn't just live in the lap of luxury, she owns the whole lap. Her life is like a fantasy novel written by a billionaire. She wakes up in a silk robe designed by someone with more letters in their name than you can count, and enjoys a breakfast of caviar and organic eggs flown in from the Arctic. Evelyn's hobbies? Commissioning art for the walls of her 15,000 square foot mansion and buying entire companies like they're collector's items. Problems for Evelyn are more along the lines of, should I buy this yacht or that yacht? Or do I need a third vacation home? Evelyn doesn't shop at the mall. She has personal shoppers. Her idea of a stressful day is figuring out which personal chef should cater her brunch party. Evelyn's day-to-day life is a blur of luxury, and let's face it, her most difficult decision of the week is which shade of gold to paint her bathroom. The wrap-up. Where do you fit in? So where do you fit in the game of life? From Alex's humble bread-and-water existence to Evelyn's champagne-soaked, yacht-filled days, we all have our own levels of wealth to navigate. But here's the twist. Whether you're scraping by, finding your footing, or living in a mansion with a pet llama, it's the little things that make life rich. Sometimes it's the laughter of your kids over spaghetti, the satisfaction of finally fixing your own sink, or the joy of knowing that you made it through another month without a panic attack. The moral of the story: rich or poor, we're all just trying to level up, one small win at a time. If this journey made you laugh, think, or just feel a little less alone, hit that like button. Subscribe to join us for more fun, animated explorations of life's big questions. And don't forget to share your favorite part in the comments. See you next time, and may your wallets always be full, or at least not empty.